Julie Davis, CEO of YWCA Tulsa, is here to talk with us now about expanding their mission, and we're going to find out a little bit more about that. You've got a lot on your plate, kid.
We have a lot, yes. We have the opportunity to serve Tulsa in a wonderful way, which is great.
Well, I noticed we're also focusing now, and you may have been all along, and I just missed it, on refugees.
Yeah, so
explain what you mean by that.
Yeah, so YWCA Tulsa is a social service agency that has been responding to the highest needs in the community since 1914. So we've been around for over 100 years and have, in terms of serving immigrants and refugees, that legacy goes back to the 1940s even, whenever Jewish refugees and refugees from World War II were arriving in Tulsa and fleeing the war, and also arriving and needing support in learning English and finding housing and employment and getting settled into the community. And so at that time we were offering English language classes and helped people as they got acclimated into the community. In 1984 we applied and became recognized as a DOJ accredited agency, meaning that we are a legal agency. We have a legal team with DOJ accredited representatives who are able to represent people on their pathway to citizenship. So for green cards, citizenship, etc. So we have a long history of serving people who arrive in our community as immigrants and refugees.
And blowing them out back in World War II, that had to be a shock, because not only did they lose their homes, but they came to a country that they didn't know, and they don't know what to do. They don't know how to handle it. And many didn't speak English.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and I think that stands true today. So when someone comes as a refugee through the system, they don't get to choose what country they go to, what community they land up in. They just know that they are fleeing the persecution that they have in their home country, and are seeking somewhere where they can fulfill, the dreams that every human has.
So you've got quite a mission on your hands.
Yes.
It would astound me to have to face it if they pulled me out of Tulsa and sent me to, I don't know, Timbuktu or something. I wouldn't know how to function.
Yeah. No, I think what we see are that people are, in whatever community you're working with, are resilient, and often people are fleeing a war, are fleeing threats of danger. If you think about, in Tulsa we have one of the largest Burmese community in the nation, and those are people who began coming over, actually connected with Oral Roberts in the late 80s, early 1990s, and have still continued to come into our community, fleeing persecution for practicing their faith as Christians in their home country. And so they are able to come here, and suddenly they are able to practice their faith freely, and over time people they become welcomed into our community, and become your fellow coworker and your neighbor.
And you've probably found that very often a pat on the shoulder or a hug can go a great distance.
Yeah, I think everyone just wants to be in a place that's welcoming, and what we hear from so many of the people that we work with is that Tulsa and the surrounding areas are truly welcoming communities, and that a lot. I remember whenever we were supporting some of the Afghan refugees who were arriving after fleeing the Taliban, one person said, the only place I'd ever heard of Tulsa was on the show Friends. And so one is just also a reminder of how small the world is, and how we are all connected by TV shows and pop culture and media.
Sure.
But now he's like, I found a home here.
Any of them go through culture shock when they learn how much freedom they have here?
I think, for different communities, it can be different. We have had one team member, so we hire a lot of people from the communities we serve so the majority of our staff have arrived as a refugee or immigrant. We did a day at the Capitol one day, and she was from Iraq, and we went up. We went into the Capitol, and we actually we went into the Senate and sat in the front and top and watched, and she was like, this could never happen. She's like, and she took pictures all day long, and she was like, this would never happen in my home country, of being able to participate, to talk to legislators, to be on the Capitol grounds. She was like, this would never happen.
It had to make you feel good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a reminder of just how...
You've opened the whole world for somebody. Mm-hmm. We are down to about 45 seconds. Mm-hmm. What do you need?
I think we are always looking for individuals that can support our work. You're welcome to donate to our mission, our organization at YWCATulsa.org. We're also looking for volunteers who can help, and we love to help people get connected to different communities that they might not be connected with. Mm-hmm. And so working with people who are immigrants, refugees, working with people who have experienced homelessness. And so
the best thing for them to do then is just contact the YWCA.
Absolutely.
Ask for you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they can ask for me. They can find different ways to either donate, get involved, participate in as a volunteer.
Julie, thank you for coming by. We really do appreciate it. I had no idea you guys were involved in so much.
Oh, yes.
Eliminating so much heartbreak, which is what you're doing. Mm. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Good to have you here. We're all out of time. We're going to take a little break now and go to Christmas, because that's next. Christmas is next, then New Year's, and we'll see you back then. In the meantime, enjoy your holiday.